All right, we are headed out to my brother's to start his sprinkler system install, I think. He had a company come out and level out his backyard, and now we're gonna go out, and he rented an excavator. We're gonna go out and dig all the trenches for the sprinkler lines. I also just picked up, back there,
tractor.
Yeah, that is not my tractor. That is my brother's father-in-law's tractor. It was over at his other son's house, and my brother wanted to use it, so I went over this morning. I picked that little baby Kubota up. It's a BX something, I don't know. It's a little tiny thing, but it'll work for backfill. So we're going out to my brother's house to get started on his sprinkler system install. We are out here. We got the little baby Kubota unloaded. That thing's a BX 2360. It's a couple years old, but it works all right. It'll be good for my brother and what he's going to be doing with it. We got a whole bunch of 1-inch PVC out here, and we've got this John Deere. I think this is a 50G. Yeah, 50G. Look at this baby. Woo! That's going to be fun. John Deere 50G. This is a rental. I'm finding that rentals work really well for stuff like this, for costs, especially when I don't have to pay the bill. But we are going to dig trenches in this big old huge field behind me. He paid a company to come in and level this yesterday. It rained, and we're going to make a big old giant muddy mess out here. But we'll do that, and then we'll flatten it back out eventually after we ruin his hydro-seeded grass, which is going in on Thursday?
Tuesday. We're not wrecking shit.
Tuesday. Today is Saturday. So we're going to go ahead and drag some lines and mark some sprinkler head locations and start digging some trenches. Well, we laid out the corners. So this will be the corner of the primary grass. Down that line to that other stake in the corner on the corner. We also painted white lines. So you can see these white lines. So he eventually wants a sprinkler head where that flag's at to cover this area. And so these are the dig lines, right? And for sprinkler piping, this white PVC right there in that stack, we can curve it in the trenches, so that's why these trenches are curved. And we're going to shoot a trench down that white line, all the way down those flags. Straight down that row. And there's 3 sprinkler heads there, and there's 3 going down this side. Well, we're to the point where we're going to go ahead and install some of the sprinkler heads. So we ran all the lines all the way up, and Chris just flushed all the lines coming to each sprinkler head. So we're going to go ahead and put the sprinkler heads on the end and get them in the holes and get the dirt brought up to the right height, and then start backfilling. So we basically have installed most of the sprinklers. So that's where we're at with them. They are in the ground, and then he'll use the tractor and backfill to here, and then he'll backfill this by hand to bring the dirt up to where it belongs. And we got all the trenches done. You can see they're all run out on both sides. So he'll have another one one down there. That runs down. These trenches come together. And they come together here. And they run down the side of the house. So right here will be this valve manifold. That Rainbird valve manifold will control each sprinkler head individually. And then the 1-inch line will run down here, and his water line is going to be in the ground right about there. There'll be power that runs through the foundation into the crawl space and all the way to the other side of his house. Well, it's the next day. I didn't think I was coming back out here, but I am. Because, well, yeah. So, water line tie-in, valve manifold. This will get backfilled after all that's done. But he started backfilling out here and was having problems because, well, he's a semi-inexperienced operator on equipment. And he didn't have a box blade on a smaller tractor, which is over there. So now I brought my tractor out, and you can see the dirt that we need to go level up. Fortunately, it is raining today, so that's super cool. But we're gonna get out here and I'll get the box blade dialed in, and we'll start getting this thing all leveled up. So I'm gonna go clamp you guys on a tree, and we'll get to work. Well, tractor's loaded up. This section here is the last section that needs to be backfilled, and we're not doing that until he does the valve manifold here and the tie-in there. But we smoothed everything out. Got it all leveled up. Got the Sprinkler heads in. There's one here. This section out here is so soupy, I can't really do anything with it. Every time I drive in it, I just mess it up even more. So I back bladed it out, and he's gonna have to finish it up later on. Once it dries out, he'll be able to bring a little more fill in here and smooth all this out. Got the sprinkler head here. He'll be able to bring a load of dirt in here. He's got a small little Kubota, that B2360. He can bring some dirt up here and fill all this stuff in. That's the field. All smoothed out again after trenching yesterday. He's got some hand work to do. All this trenching pulled a lot of rock up into the surface, so he'll have to rake all this out. And when he started, he ended up hitting this sprinkler head, so he's got to dig this up and reattach the sprinkler head. The other ones are all in place. That's pretty much it, though. Ended up having to pull a little dirt out of that bank, that far bank, to come in and fill in these low spots after filling the trenches in. But overall, it's not bad. The rest, a few odds and ends you can finish up. You can finish up with a little tractor.